Hey friends, welcome to the Beloved Follower, where we walk fruitful, restored forward in Christ. I'm Amy, and I'm so thankful you're here. When the Lord transforms your heart, it feels like something you can't keep to yourself. But I want to be honest, fruitful, restored forward isn't something I can do on my own. It's only in Christ. When He begins something new in us, I believe it's meant to overflow and touch the lives of others. If God's been stirring something new in your life, I'd love to hear what that looks like for you. Even if it's just a word, feel free to share. I truly believe that those small moments of reflection can encourage others too. And if you feel led, like the video or subscribe. I'm excited to see where the Lord takes this, and I'd love for you to walk this journey with me. As I've prayed over the new year, the Lord gave me this image of a dark, glassy sea. Everything was calm, but it was surrounded by deep darkness. In the middle of that darkness, a single light shone from a boat. It was casting just enough light to guide the way forward. This light felt like His presence, but there was also this weight, like the Lord was showing me how pride, self-reliance, and control can stir the waters, the still waters, stir it, make a ripple effect. Without realizing it, we lose sight of the very light that's meant to guide us. Maybe you felt that too, sensing His presence, but also realizing how easy it is to drift. If that resonates, I think this message will speak to you right where you are. Later that morning, something happened that brought this vision into focus. I felt the Lord nudge me to stay under the bathwater. I know this sounds strange, but I did. I let the water rise over my face and I held my breath. It felt fine at first, but after a few seconds, my lungs began to burn and I had to come up for air. I didn't stay down long. It was very uncomfortable to me, and I came back up. Right after, I felt the Lord whisper, "That's pride." It lingers longer than we think, and before we know it, it starts to choke out the breath of God in our lives. That simple act became an altar, a reminder of how quickly I can fall into self-reliance. It's moments like that where God speaks so clearly, even through something small. And those are often the moments that stay with me the longest. One verse that kept coming to my mind was Job 33:4. For the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Job's suffering wasn't punishment, it was refinement. Even when everything was stripped away, God's breath was still there, sustaining him. That reminder shifts how I see difficult seasons. Sometimes the breaking is part of the preparation for something greater. And while that's not always easy to sit with, it's a truth I keep returning to. Lately, I've felt this unexpected pull to learn to ride horses. I know it might sound random. It did sound random when it prompted into my spirit. But I can't shake that feeling that God is using it to teach me about something. I feel like that horse
being bridled, learning to trust and yield as He leads. It's humbling, and it's one of those things that doesn't make much sense on paper, but I know I'm supposed to follow that nudge. Maybe you're in a season like that too, where God is leading you down unexpected paths. I think He uses those moments to teach us to surrender in new ways. I'm sharing this not because I have it all figured out, not at all, but because I know how important it is to walk this out and walk it out with the Lord and walk it out with others too. 2 Corinthians 3:18 says, we are being transformed into His image with ever increasing glory. It's a process, one I'm still in the middle of. I'd love to know if you're feeling God move in similar ways with you. Sometimes sharing even a small part of that helps someone else feel less alone. And if this encourages you, I'd love for you to let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share if this resonates with you. Before we wrap up, I want to say thank you for spending the time with me. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Someone else might need to hear it. And as we continue walking this journey together, let's do so fruitful, restored forward in Christ.